In a world we must defend Pokemon, gotta catch 'em, our heart's so true. Our courage will pull us through. You teach me and I'll teach. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I am coming at you today with a VeVe, OMI, a little bit Definity, a little bit of a crappy update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say road daddy, road daddy. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon / smashing that super thanks button down below, super chats as well, and all that jazz. We do have quite a bit to go over today. Let's see here. Oh, hey, there's me. To go on first, we will be doing some giveaways today. One of the giveaways is going to be Definity, and we have a couple of giveaways that are going to be from Crappy Bird, aka their crappy token. I'll go over that in a bit. It is a new meme token that is sponsoring the channel, so shout out to them. They are sponsoring this video as well. But before we get to them, let's start with Definity. Definity's up almost 19% on the day to 4.6 cents. Now, they were obviously 3.8 cents yesterday when I was covering them, but then they decided to, you know what, kind of get their act together a little bit. We had a couple little buys. One of the bigger ones, if I go and take a look at the Definity thing, it was $3,700. So before this $3,700 buy order, last buy order at 3,600, that was at 4.2 cents. And then the last one before that, we had a bunch of buy orders. Okay, there's had to be a lot of volume. But it took less than like 20K in buy orders to pump the price like 10%. And going 10% from, let's say 7.0 to 7.7 million. So $20,000 raised at $700,000 in market cap. And I think that's important to understand because there's $50,000 in volume over the last 24 hours, give or take. Let's see what it actually says here. 46,000. Then you have something, and I'll compare this to OMI more, but when you have something like Flow, damn, Flow's $1.18, let's go. But when you take something like Flow that has $365 million in volume, you really recognize that all you need to do is add a couple zeros onto that volume, 50,000 to 5 million, not that crazy, and then it can get crazy. Same thing with OMI. OMI, for whatever reason, has had $1 million in volume the last couple of days. We're not 100% sure where that volume, I mean, we know where the volume's coming from. It's MEXC, it's OKX, and then a little bit on BitGet, surprisingly, as well. 141,000 there. And then Ascendex has that, and I guess Gate.io as well. Everything's kind of going up just steadily, which is different because like a month or two ago, outside of Ascendex, it would really just be OKX and MEXC. But now we're also seeing rises on BitGet, and we're also seeing rises on Gate.io. So it's a little bit just more general buying across the board. I think part of that reason is just because we have the NFT narrative that does seem to be hitting. That's the title of, oh, I misspelled the title. I put Kane, VeVe, and OMI catch the NFT pump. It's supposed to be Can. And again, let's go back to Flow here real quick. Flow. Again, shout out to them being $1.18 on the day, up about 6.5%. $1.8 billion market cap. OMI can get back to half a penny, doing well over like a 12, 15x, and it's not in the top. It's not in the top 100, which it has been before. It will be again, in my opinion. But there's no, again, what happens to the price when the volume goes from 1 million to 100 million and 100x's? Does the price 100x? No, but does it do like a 5 to 10x? I think so. There is a little bit of frustration though. We'll go and take a look at what's his name, Modern Investor. About 250,000 subscribers over on YouTube, and maybe forget what it is, like 30,000 followers over on X, saying, I'm actually serious here. I know a few high-end investors who are looking to liquidate the entirety of their OMI holdings because of lack of exchange listings. Ecomi, has there been any update on a Coinbase or Binance listing? Patience is very thin right now. So before I read Ecomi's answer, I just kind of want to break this down. When he says high-end investors, I'm sure he knows plenty of people worth, in the 8 and 9 figures, if not a couple of people that actually, have that cross that $1 billion mark. And I'm sure that plenty of those people hold a bit of OMI. Now, how much do they hold and how much do they spend? The two different things. Because you could have spent, like me, spent like $600,000 worth, and it'd be worth next to nothing right now. Or they could have spent, $60,000 worth and have more than me right now. But the reason I bring that up is because I want to say that just because they're high-end investors and they're worth, let's say like 10, 50, $100 million or hundreds of millions of dollars, doesn't mean that they put all that much into VeVe. Maybe they put 50 or 100 or $500,000 in when it was worth, 007, and now it's worth like 25K, like whatever it is. So just because they're high-end investors doesn't mean that they have a ton of OMI. Now, maybe they do. Maybe they have a couple billion, and maybe they're ready to go in and sell it. They said they're looking to liquidate. They haven't done that yet. So I go and I say, like, hey, listen, if they're serious, if they're really looking to go in and sell, let me know. Shoot me a DM, have them shoot me a DM, and then we'll take care of that OTC. Some of which should be me, some of which should be my network, some of which someone that's technically outside of my network, but has been looking for that type of buy-in. I mean, in the same way that you have those like God candles where things, go up like 50, 100% at once, looking for those massive red candles, saying like, hey, and every now and then it happens like once a year where you have somebody sell like hundreds of millions or like $1 billion only at a time, and they could swoop in and go and get it. Obviously that very rarely happens, because that person doesn't want to sit at a computer for like 2 weeks trying to put in, $500,000 or $1 million. So if there's anyone that, again, that modern investor knows that wants to do the OTC deal, they're completely done, I would say sure. Now, I don't know how much of this was him being a little facetious or him saying like, hey, my guys are ready to do that. They're looking, when maybe they've only just gone on and said, hey, listen, how much longer can we do or not do this for? Now, obviously, those people, they're not, I don't even want to say in the know. They're not going on and they're looking at the VeVe and Ecomi stuff day to day. If they were, they would see just the progress of the app, the progress of what Sacker's been doing, and be like, okay, they're in the trajectory we want to go. Now, again, if you're a high-end investor, you can't do that. You can't be in like 10 different projects and know them all intimately. And because you just have other stuff going on, you have other stuff with your businesses, that however you made your wealth in the first place. But the fact that they haven't done it yet, I think is them just, sometimes you just need people to bitch, and sometimes you need them to moan, and sometimes you need them to like let off that steam. Like I bring up this episode every now and then of Mr. Rogers, when he goes to like the land of make-believe, the king is really mad until he plays the trumpet, and he's not as mad anymore. And he says that maybe the king blew out some of his madness when he, and all that. So people sometimes just need to vent. And again, if they go on and they're looking to sell, that'll be awesome. But then Ecomi goes on and they say, hey, exchanges as a form of accessibility are a priority for the team. With BitGet and MEXC listings earlier this year and our move to Base, which will act as a primary layer of utility for OMI moving forward, we will continue to work on new ways for users to acquire the token. Now, they did not give any timelines on this, which very smart of them, because every time they do timelines and you don't hit the timelines, pitchforks are out, people are mad, people are big mad. So I'm thankful they didn't put any timelines. Now, they didn't mention anything about Coinbase or Binance, which, as I said yesterday, if you want to go and do something like that, it might make sense to go have the smaller exchanges first and go up. Because you like, if you go and list on Coinbase right away, you're not really going to get a pump if you list on KuCoin or Kraken or Crypto.com, Robinhood. Like, you would miss those pumps. Whereas if you go on the smaller ones first, then you get those pumps. Now, on the opposite end of that, you have to pay for all those exchanges. Whereas if you just list on a Coinbase or a Binance, then the other ones are going to just renegade list, and they'll be like, okay, we're just going to list. We'll buy the tokens, we'll list them, we'll work on those trading fees, because if it's on Coinbase, it's going to get on everywhere else. So again, what they're going to do, I have no idea. Now, granted, I know some people would be like, bruh, it's been like 3 years, like, shit or get off the pot. I hear you. I understand. Now, obviously, you want to go and have third-party utility with this. As of right now, I know that Trump is elected. He's former president and also president-elect. You have these different people that and say like, hey, there's an overhaul of the SEC that's about to happen. Gary Gensler's gone. Like, he's not gone yet, but he's going to be gone. And, what do you have to worry about? Well, he's not in power yet. This hasn't happened yet. Trump is likely going to give power of crypto over to the CFTC, but that hasn't happened yet. These things are right now. You still have this old administration that just is okay with clearly messing everything up, like right now. And when you do that, you don't want to poke the bear while they just went to hibernation. Like, the hibernation isn't there yet. So are they going to wait for Trump to get elected? Are they going to wait for the CFTC to have power? Are they going to wait for regulation? Or are they just going to say, like, hey, as soon as Stacker rolls out of their live testing phase, do we do something then? I don't know. I don't know if Ben would go over and ask, or I don't know if people could ask Ben whatever they want. That doesn't mean that he's going to go and answer. So, anywho, so that's not the only update that Ecomi has given us today. They go off and say, did you know over 2.5% of all OMI tokens in circulation are already on base? We have over 5 billion that's on base right now. Saying all the features and utilities designed for the token will run on base, allowing users to safely and securely take advantage of the ecosystem. Hashtag Ecomi, hashtag VeVe, hashtag Stacker, bridge to base. And then they did that by re-quoting a tweet by jesse.base.eth, which I had told you all about yesterday, just about all the things on base. Speaking of which, Crappy Bird, or Crappy, is a new meme token on base. They do sponsor the channel now. They do sponsor this particular video. We will be doing some giveaways. It's called Crappy Bird CTO, that community takeover. And they are, again, they're on base. They have 1,259 followers over on X. So it is a very small amount of followers. You can go on and find them over at, you can get the contract address for crappybird.wtf. They have the contract address over there because there are a couple of them. They had, again, community takeovers. They had like gotten rugged once or whatever. And now obviously it's a new one. Their contract address, if you check them out over on Gecko Terminal, 165,000 volume for the day. They have $2.75 million market cap, 1.84 thousand holders, 200K liquidity locked. They've only been around for a month, but they do have a game already, and we will play the game later after I go over a bunch of the news. But the game it's not something that you're super good at or you're super bad at. It's something that it's randomized on depending on how much you bet. And what the multipliers are. So you can gamble with the Crappy token. It already has utility, which is heckin' wild. And when you do that, you can go, like I said, go over and get a wallet address. I'll do some giveaways later, and then we can go in and get that bread and play that game. We should incorporate bread into that. I feel like pigeons like bread. Anywho, Dr. Profit says soon to be bigger than Bit4x. Bit4x has about 14 billion, I believe. Yeah, 14.6 billion, which is a ton still. So here's what, give me $1 million right now. I'll go on and, I'll obviously buy a heck ton of OMI. But, give me $10,000 right now. Maybe I might not get any OMI. Again, I already have a ton. I'm fine if I don't buy now and then it like triples, whatever. Okay, I missed the bottom, whatever. But there is that chance that Bit4x has another tranche that they deliver. An extra 2 billion gets out of there. 2 billion hits people's wallets, and maybe does everybody sell? No. Does 25% of them sell, and then you have 500 million OMI kind of hit the exchanges? That's very possible. And if there's not enough buyers to meet that demand, because right now, again, we are still like a community token. There's not a ton of people outside the community that don't know what it is. They all kind of know what it is. If there's not enough buying to meet that demand, then OMI goes down probably in a pretty big way. Now, again, if you have a really, really large red candle, again, I have a dude that's gonna just eat that up, gobble that up. But if it's just kind of slow but steady, a little bit here, a little bit there, you can see OMI go down. 10% takes out 0003. 20% 00027. 30% 00024, 2475, whatever it is. And that's just the type of thing that can still continue to happen. And I'd obviously much rather get it down there as opposed to here. But again, this things can turn on a dime, and in a couple, like that Hillary Duff song "Fly," in a moment, everything can change. But I'm fine. Like I said, if it runs up from here and I miss the absolute bottom, that's fine. I have enough where that's cool. Now, obviously, for me rebalancing, Flow, Alluvium, Devi, Definity, and Omi, like the big five, and then a little bit of a couple other things here and there. Obviously, I have the cat. Obviously, I have Krabby Bird. Obviously, I have a couple of Senate. I think I have. Not to confuse Senate with a meme token. It's not. Although all these things have utility now. I feel like in order to become like an actual fun meme token, you actually do need to have a little bit of utility. Anyway, so do we go up from here? Do we go down from here? You can always go down. It's crypto. Anything's wild. But when you have this intense NFT narrative that's slowly starting to build, it seems that anything connected to any type of NFTs or good NFTs are making a bit of a run, and OMI just hasn't had that yet. And if you remember, even just on VeVe, 3 years ago in 2021, golden moments are like one of the last things to run. I mean, you had Batman that ran, you had Superman that ran, you had Spider-Man that ran, but like, damn, what is up with the golden moments? They're just not running until they ran and they went insane. So you really want to go in and have just be prepared. If I could be Scar from Lion King, be prepared. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. Anything can go to zero at any moment. But Dr. Profit saying soon to be bigger than Forex, then Bit4X, I thought was pretty sweet. I don't know their goals, but 5 billion right now. Maybe in the next quarter, by the middle of Q1, we have 10 billion. I have a feeling that once Stacker rolls out, they'll give a little bit more liquidity there. Because right now, again, and especially when you're able to buy OMI with a credit card, they should be able to give a little bit more liquidity. Excuse me. Anyway, can they catch up? Punisher does well. All right, so Punisher, that minted out super quickly, but there's a bit of strife about this because you have the people like me that, like, I tried, gave the old cow try on the app, didn't work. I posted about it, and there's a couple people that says like, no, you just have to keep retrying. It didn't work for me at first, but I went out and went back in and retried, and it was good. It's like, oh, okay, I missed that. If you have like a iPad or a tablet or whatever, and you have the old app, it works there very smoothly. So you don't need to have the new app. You could still have the old app, and it'll work incredibly well. Or you could do it on the web app, the web version, and then it works there seamlessly as well. Just the new app is still, again, let them cook. But yeah, there's been a lot of issues with the new app, this being just the last thing of it. Even Sleeping Comics goes on, and he has this to say about the app, if I can find it. The VeVe official, please add the favorite comics and collectibles functionality. Add favorites button, lower to nav, catch favorite collectible and comic thumbnails on the phone, identify top 100 favorites, and prioritize their market pricing processing to increase speed. Mark Quinn says, I also miss what I need to complete sets I haven't finished. And I know that everyone's asking him to do 100 different things at the same time. Whatever's prioritized is prioritized for a reason. I really wish that refresh button would work. I feel like that doesn't take that long. But again, I'm not them. It's like, all right, Chavez, we're doing 16 different things each. Yeah, let me just like shit this out just for you, Chavez. Like, I get it. I understand. Again, they've had two or three app updates since then. I don't think there's been any more, but let me just go search this just in case. There's not a new app update, at least not for Android. But that being said, they did do another $9,000 today. It minted out really quickly. Unfortunately, you do have a lot of salty people that are just like, hey, I couldn't do it. I tried. There's some people that was able to do this like 2 or 3 times, and then other people that weren't able to do it at all. I have an email here. I'll show y'all if I can find it. Email that would say crafting limit reached. And once it says that, it says, we regret to inform you that your attempt was to craft the Punisher, the Skull Reaper, was unsuccessful. The crafting limit for this item has already been reached, meaning all available rewards have been assigned to others who completed the process earlier. For future crafts, we encourage you to participate as soon as possible to increase your chance of success. And then also shout out to Dadfather, Beast Mode Dad, that happened to get the 1974 rare. Comics and Crypto paid their $3,000 bounty for that, so shout out to them. Saying congrats, Beast Mode Dad, the bounty has been claimed. But even sometimes, I had a buddy of mine that had success in app for 5. He had minted 5 of these ultra rares, but got 3 emails saying what I just said: the crafting limit was reached, and he actually really only wound up getting 2 of them. So even though it says, "Hey, congrats, your crafting was a success," I guess there's a 3 over 2 chance that it actually was not successful. So only like a 40% chance that it was successful. Again, obviously these things will clear up, and once that does clear up, you're going to have a much better app and a much more positive experience. But until then, yeah, kind of a little rough. So Punisher does well. Let's take a look at all of the money it's made. If we just do like 120, it's made 135,000, give or take. But let's see how much are left here. So there are 2,047 left of the common, and uncommon. These wait times have been not fun. The uncommon has 1,483 left, so that sold about 65% of those, which is great. I don't know how many of those were burned, but that's just how many that's left. And the rare, the rare actually, there's like 43 left of the rare, so that sold out pretty much sold out. And then obviously the ultra rare that minted out, and the secret rare will mint out tomorrow. Unfortunately, I do not have a. So I don't know how Marvel would do this, because it's. And here's why I also think they did this. Instead of having this all on the same day, on the same drop, where you have massive activity for one day that can potentially overload the system, they have a little bit of activity on the app, but every day for 5 days. And this way, it just gets people to open up the app more. It gets people to spend more time on the app. And then you also have a lot of people because sometimes you can tell, why was there like 800 people on the app this day? Oh, we didn't have a drop. There's 3,000 people on the app today. Why? Because we had a drop. So obviously this keeps those numbers a little more consistent, even though obviously after the first day it does taper off a bit. And then I don't know if we've had any other significant drops recently. I think that was it, which interesting that they slowed down. They have content for like 3 years out. And I guess the Punisher diorama, I'm pretty sure that it sold out as well. No, it did not. That actually did not do well at all. 495 remaining. So out of the 974, I don't think 90 of, let's say 90, and then minus how many of them? 495. That made, I guess, 11,000. It made. So I guess that's not as bad. I was actually expecting this to kind of mint out, because 974 of them. It is really cool. It's only $30. So it shows the car as being black, but in certain people's pictures, I see it as white, and I don't know if that's something that's for everyone, but yeah. Anywho, really, outside of that, there was a December 3rd. Did we have a comic today? Super Villains Classic from 1983. I did not even know about this. I have no idea what this is. Bronze Age, 5,000 editions. It doesn't show how many are left. Oh, that is dumb. All right. Well, maybe I have to go in and Super Villains. All right. If I type in classic number 1, maybe it'll show up. But that is dumb that they don't show how many are left. Okay, 4,103 in the store when there's 5,000. So this sold what, like 400 of them? All right, $2,800. At that point, just I mean, I guess it's still, if they're still putting out these comics that they know are only going to do like 3K, then the cost of getting the comic on there and everything has to be less than that, or else they wouldn't do it. Consider this. So the cost of getting a comic on VeVe has got to be like less than $1,000. Hey, look at that. Another Definiti by the $469 hairs. Shout out to, oh, I hate that. That's weird. Gecko terminal is not letting me refresh and still search after I refresh. No, very good. Very good, CoinGecko. Oh yeah, get that bread. 4.8 cents. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Moving on here. Punisher does well. Meme coin rally. So yeah, we've had some meme coin rallies as well. The only, I guess, exception to that would have been Brett the other day. Sorry, Basecoin brother. Brett had gotten like hacked, and or the Twitter had gotten hacked. Brett's X got hacked, and then what happened after that was people lost like $300,000 worth of money responding to the scam, and it was horrible. But I think they bounced right back. Again, this is like 2 days ago. 24 cents went down to like 18 cents, back up to 20 cents. So it wasn't that big of a deal. They're still number 77. There have been talk about meme coin ETFs, Dogecoin ETFs, and all that. Where does that leave us as far as like, okay, well, Chavez, clearly meme coins can be a sound investment because they're doing ETFs, right? Not always. There's just a lot of money in them, and there are new meme coins that happen all the time. So Decat has like a movie coming out. I'm writing the comic. We're legit going to be on VeVe Comics next year. And it's still like all this effort might just be for naught. Like even when we have revenues coming in, even as we have utility, even though there's a big game coming out from Meme Alliance that looks incredible, again, that might all be for naught. That might be, we could do all that work and we could have, it's a passion project. And then at the end of the day, it just doesn't catch on. And if that happens, then kind of, yeah, you can make some money just again, with having a comic and having potentially a drop on VeVe and potentially having all these things, especially revenues with the game. But we could buy back and burn all the live long day, but if it just doesn't catch on, it doesn't catch on. Now, same thing with Crappy Bird. Crappy Bird, I don't know if they'll be part of the Meme Alliance. Maybe they can become, a character in our comic, and that would just be cool. Just bring eyes to it. Again, it's on base, and any meme coin on base does seem to do pretty well. So obviously, I do have a bit of a bag from it. Again, they are sponsoring this video. But the meme coin rally, most meme coins, they're trash. Most meme coins do not do well. Most meme coins either go to zero or very close to it. Liquidity's locked. You can't go out and sell anything. So just be advised that in the sea of meme coins, there are very, very few that make it. And to be able to make the argument, oh, I know this one's going to make it. Like, no, you don't. Like, if you know somebody like on the inside, like, hey, actually, this person just bought a bunch. We have some she whales and ETH whales, whatever they're buying, and that's happening. Sure, you could ride that wave. You could do whatever. But most people do not know that. So, like I said, there are countless ways to try to be good, try to bring out utility, but it could just not work. And then you could have something that doesn't mean anything. They're not doing anything, and they just pump, 1,000x. Things just happen. Anywho, let's get to some of the rest of the news, shall we? Where did I go after this? Definity had their greatest month ever. All right, so shout out to Asuknath that finally unlocked level 100, saying it took him 2 years and 8 months of buying, but he did it. He is level 100. Shout out to him. VeVe, Ecomi, everyone congratulating him. VeVe Digital Collectible says, thank you all for your votes for the second official VeVe in-app feed creation contest. Once again, we celebrate every single creation featured here and on our newsfeed. The razor thin race will have first and second place winners. The first place with the most votes was Devo Venture. Second place runner-up was Wax Vision. And the random drawing voting winner was Chombo Fett. Shout out to those people. Can't go over that. Bitget said, which coin are you watching today? Cardano was that token from yesterday. Andy Liam with 177,000 followers over on X says, what will be the next pump hype? Will it be privacy coins? Will it be AI coins? Will it be meme coins? Or will it be other? I put other because I thought, okay, maybe NFTs, but they were the over 69%. I'm coming a nice time below 69. Picked meme coins. Now, granted, that was yesterday. So what is it? Andy, two N's, Leon. Let's go and see if that has been updated. Andy with two N's, Leon. We have more votes, and 68% have said meme coins on what will be the next pump hype. Meme coins have been pumping for like months. I don't think this goes on forever, but again, this is a completely different bull cycle than we had last time. So maybe it does. Maybe meme coins don't fall, and maybe they stay pumping. Weirder shit has happened. So who knows? We'll see. Moving on past that. Yes, I know meme coins. An investor's $1,000 bet on WIF turned into $8.6 million. Block raise just hit the mother load with WIF. They dropped 20 SOL, which is 1,156 on 7.4 million WIF last November. Played the waiting game for 8 months and cashed out for a mind-melting 8.6 million. That's a 7,439x return. That kind of potential, it's only a matter of time before we gamble on what we think of as dark horse meme coins. Many people already are. And again, that is the exception, not the rule. Most people lose what they gamble in on meme coins. Most people. And if you say, well, I put this in there and I got a 2x out of it, and that happens. Happens all the time. It's great. I just want to let you all be aware that yes, there are people that can make millions. There are people that do it all the time. And maybe you could be that lucky number one. And maybe you could be one of those people that puts $1,000 gamble into something that has and be advised, the cat and Crappy already have like over $2 million market caps. A lot of these people did this at like a $50,000, $100,000, however much market cap. So I'm not saying that the cat and Crappy are like, oh, they already have a 1 and 2.5, almost $3 million market cap. Don't buy them. Obviously, if you go to billions, it doesn't matter. And again, when you have some very small amount of users, very small market cap, it can go crazy. So again, meme coins can be great, but also they can be not so great. Anyway, moving on here. Can't go over that. European-backed stablecoins trade volumes have surged tenfold over the past month, 5 million daily in October to a yearly high of more than 70 million in early November. IBIT's Bitcoin holdings surpassed 500,000 Bitcoin yesterday, which was nuts. Donald Trump picks Paul Atkins as SEC chair. There is some questions whether or not he'll actually take the position. Again, if he hands over crypto to the CFTC, that's not going to matter. Paul Atkins is a really cool dude. He is libertarian. I feel like he would be very good at that job. Whether he takes it or not, we're just not sure. Reverend Alex G. Haven't heard that name in a while, right? Ever since he left. Well, I think he left working for the company. I think he still collects. Posting a rubber duck smoking. That's one of the things that Ben and team have teased for quite a while. I don't know what this means. I mean, they posted some other stuff as well, and it just we're not sure. But Alex may or may not know something. This could have been something in the works for quite a while. Again, he hasn't been with the company in several months, but he probably had learned it a year or two ago. A lot of these things, like Blackpink, we had for 2 years. Jurassic Park, we had for 2 years. So there's probably still many things that he knows that just isn't public yet. What is it? I have no idea. By all means, don't go out and ask him unless you want to. That's all you. I would not do that. But all right, hold on. Here's another thing. .mocha. Why is that not a... Okay, I'm going to have to go to... We do have another development in the artifact stuff. The artifact stuff... where am I going here? The artifact stuff does have a little bit more of a story than we had previously thought. And as soon as I could find this freaking thing, I will go on and show y'all and read it to y'all. But if I can't find it, then that is... Oh my God, I freaking hate this. New phone. I love this new phone. That's a lie. There's Mark Quinn, IGN. Okay, Whale Mocha. This is what they have. Saying the artifact file. Here's the story of the rise and fall of the billion-dollar company in just 3 years. The story of alleged insider trading, broken promises, and outright lies. Now, this person, it seems that I haven't read this yet, but this person's 108,000 followers. Again, this is Whale Swoosh. Are they a dot swoosh? Are they? It does seem like this seems to be written from a slightly biased perspective, but let's go through it. Will Mocha says it's December 2021. The NFT bull market is in full swing, and one of the most hyped mints ever is on the horizon. Clone X by Artifact, a brand that had already attracted attention through numerous collabs in Web3. But the mint was not running perfectly. Technological difficulties and FUD, the hype died down a little bit. Floor price dropped below 2 ETH mint price. Something was coming. Big news seemed to have been leaked. Insiders teased a big announcement. You have Sarah 1 saying, good morning. This is over on X saying, I put all of my net worth into Artifact Studios Clone X, 100,000. Why? I have $80,000 in debt after I graduate with my doctorate. I could use the money to pay it off now. But I believe these NFTs will help me buy my first house to raise a family as well. Also, YOLO. Something from I Am Long ETH, that is great. Said she already deleted the tweet. Oof, internet never forgets. And Sarah 101 says, just wait till tomorrow. I would buy now if you can. Sarah 101 is just completely gone. She has been erased from the X. And she had, the Clone X mint vial. I don't know if this is old or not, all the things that she had for sale. Anyway, a few days later, it happened. Nike acquired Artifact. Floor price skyrocketed, and in weeks and months that followed, Artifact was to deliver more monetary value to holders than almost any other NFT project in history. December 13th, it's announced that Nike has acquired Artifact. What to know in December 2021, Nike has acquired Artifact, a leading brand that leverages cutting-edge innovation to deliver next-generation collectibles that merge culture and gaming. Then you have Monolith, Space Pods, Pod X, numerous airdrops that made holders big amounts of money, and the Clone X floor price also reached new highs. At the peak, a single 7.5 thousand US dollar Clone X mint turned into an aggregated value of 150,000. It's a 20x right there. But with the bear market, Artifact then lost traction. More and more delays, broken promises, and more expensive paid forges for merch. Main criticism? Clone X holders are just customers to Artifact. Mints for new projects like Animus didn't release for more than over a year. And Artifact's cardinal sin, Monolith 2. Monolith 2 was hyped for months, only to end up being a coupon that allowed holders to spend even more money on Artifact crypto kicks. From Benito Artifact saying Monolith isn't an NFT drop, it's an invention drop. Hope you'll enjoy it. Future is always coming sooner than you expect. Can't wait for today's ultimate quest. This won't be your average in real life hoodie. The design is made for a special feature. Also, this isn't what's inside Monolith 2, as not doing part of the merch inside a monolith drop equals invention drop. Artifacts saying no, Lawless isn't our style. The hoodie is a separate release. Monolith 2 contains another invention drop. Beetle says the kicker came when it revealed that 1, you still have to pay for the shoes, pretty hefty amount for a bear market. 2, Monolith 2 became an early success plus discount coupon. 3, shipping's only in the US. And 4, public could mint any leftover supply, which also meant unused NFTs equal useless. DylanVD.swoosh says, I'm sorry, but this doesn't rectify anything. You all knew what Monolith 2 would turn into and let people just cop on secondary for insane prices. You got 10% with each sale and then turn it into a 10% discount coupon for these RGB shoes, ? Market Mogul says, was stated as invention drop, not an NFT, shoe, etc. The Monolith 2 was a quest lasting a couple of hours, automatically open for everyone containing a WL, a very small $200 discount for the crypto kicks in real life. Holders paid thousands. I bought 11 at 1.2 ETH, each to get a coupon. That's very, very horrendous. Anyway, Whale Mocha goes off and says, once again, there were allegations of insider trading after lower level employees sold their Monolith 2s shortly before the announcement. The announcement tanked the floor price of all Artifact assets and also alienated longtime holders. The team, and especially the co-founders, became more and more defensive. In addition to that, they made some unfortunate comments in the weeks and months that followed. Benito Artifact says, from Sotheby's to Walmart, Web3 future is bright, after he had requoted a tweet from Luca Netz saying, one small step for Pudgy Penguins, one giant leap for Web3. Web3 IP and blockchain technology are now front and center in the world's biggest retailer. From then on, Artifact was no longer the same. Sales for all merch drops fell short of expectations. While other projects became more and more professional, Artifact continued to lose traction. When Clone X was making waves, then primarily for community-owned initiatives, also no other NFT project was as rich in talent as the Clone X community. Fast forward a few months, and Choose Rich dropped a bombshell. Choose Rich, aka Nick O'Neill, has over 170,000 followers over on X. When he goes out and says, breaking news, Nike to shut down Artifact this year following the billion-dollar acquisition in 2021. Even the co-founders denied it publicly at the time, where Zaptio Artifact says, seems like we missed the memo on our shutdown. Stay tuned for the next episode of Rumors from the Cryptoverse. This was over in March of earlier this year. Wells Mocha says, as we learned on our breaking news space yesterday from an insider, apparently against their better judgment, they allegedly knew all about the time, go to the space's minute 45, which would mean they knowingly misled both their community and employees. This year, the roadmap items were quickly ticked off, including the Animus reveal 605 days after the min. That is like, I can't believe I'm going to compare it to this. But when you have a special like investigation for any type of natural disasters, like the Challenger disaster, JFK assassination, like 7 days each, you have a special investigation. And then like 411 days after 9/11, Bush then initiates a special investigation. It's like, dude, are you going to go in and say like 605 days after? Sorry. Anyway, including the Animus reveal that you can see below has promised activation for crypto kicks, allegedly to protect Artifact against legal liabilities for false promises made at the sale. Looks like a discount Pokemon. It still looks really cool. I'd actually like to get that. Anyway, Well Mocha says, yesterday the announcement that Artifact will be shutting down in January 2025. In plain language, the team is no longer working on the project. While the NFTs on the blockchain live on, it's over at the project level. Artifact was one of the shining stars of the 2021 and 2022 NFT era, the potential frontrunner when it came to mainstream adoption with seemingly unlimited marketing power from Nike. But over time, they lost more and more of what made them strong in the beginning. So while all of this might not be too surprising in hindsight, I will miss Artifact, and I will miss Clone X as a nostalgic part of the NFT boom. His last thing that he writes is saying, what do you think about all this? Where's Clone X going from here? Please like and repost and let me know your opinions in the replies. For me, I feel like Nick Fury being like, I never put all my chips on that number because I was playing something even riskier. And then he obviously talks about the Avengers. I obviously talk about OMI, which I don't think is nearly as risky. Why is this message following me right now? I'm going to let that go for later. There are many people that want community takeovers. There are many people that was, hey, renounce the contract, let the community take this over. Seems to be a big community. I would say let them do it. But one of the big things here is they acquired them for $1 billion. How much of that was actually used to build the project and how much actually went into their pockets? How much? Because it doesn't say like, can you spend $1 billion in 2.5, 3? Sure, absolutely. You can spend $1 billion in 3 years. Kamala spent like 1.5 billion in like 3 months and has dick all to show for it. But with this, I'm really curious on what they spent, how they spent it, why they spent it. What did they just think that, oh, hey, like obviously you have employees, obviously have that, but the big thing here is the horrendous capital allocation of the team. And I know people like to give VeVe shit and the team shit saying, hey, spend some of your money, do some marketing, do X, Y, and Z. I get it. I would love marketing as well. And I feel like they're building those blocks to do some amazing influencer marketing. They have an affiliate marketing program that's going to come out. That might not come out for several months, but at least they're building that. If David and the team would have taken everyone's suggestions and wants and all the stuff that they complained about when marketing, they might be in the same boat David did not have, you know, $1 billion cash. Maybe he had close to like 9 figures ever that they made, but you had to share that with people. David was very frugal, and David was probably one of the shining reasons why this app has grown and is still here today, because of the fact that they spent money like it was their last. And what that means is that they didn't spend money all willy-nilly. They were very frugal in this. And clearly you could spend $1 billion in 3 years and you can still shut down. So there are many people here that are probably very good at capital allocation. But a lot of the people that were really going and saying, hey, can we do X, Y, Z? You should do this, you should do that, were likely fairly poor at capital allocation. Because I'm not saying that you should write off anyone that says we should do marketing. Of course we should. But there's obviously a time and a place for that. And this is clearly a reason why you could do, like, again, Cryptoys spent well in the 6 figures last year. And you know what they have to show for it. Maybe it was earlier this year, whenever they had Justine and that dude from TikTok market for them. Guarantee you they paid tens of thousands to each of them, which is a lot. Anywho, let's continue on, shall we? Where was I? Walmart did a commercial for Gilmore Girls, and meaning that Gilmore Girl, we might be getting more episodes. Y'all would not see me for a week. I would just, oh my god. IGN posts that Pokemon trading card game Pocket is estimated to have generated more than $200 million in revenue in its first month. Jesus, man, that is so much. Shout out to them for that. VeVe had launched into the VeVeverse showcase with Mr. Falcon, the beta tester showcase, that it looked incredible. There is another, was it Open World Open? So again, the VeVeverse looks really good. And I think depending on your graphics card, depending on your computer, it could look really great, but a lot of people are going to be doing it on their cell phones, and it might look okay. Open World, or Visit Open, they have about 10,000 followers over on X. They have announced that wishlist on Epic Game Store December 5th. Assemble your clan. Get ready to wishlist open on the Epic Game Store. And it looks pretty cool. There are a couple people saying like, yo, this is Ready Player One. It's over for anyone else. Like, dude, like, by going and looking at this saying, oh, this is Ready Player One, it's over for anyone else in the metaverse, that's silly. Because just because you make a game, like just because somebody makes a jacket, like, oh my God, there's this company, they made jackets already. They made jackets, it's over for any other jacket maker. Or somebody that goes and makes a video game. Oh, so this company already made a video game. We're late to the party. We're never going to be successful. That's silly. Like, I hope people realize and understand that anybody who says, yo, this is Ready Player One, say bye-bye to the VeVeverse, say bye-bye to everything else, that's silly, and that person should not be taken seriously. As far as what that means for the hobby, what does that mean for what are the consequences of that? I think it's good that VeVe is going to have a little bit of competition here. And again, Epic Games, which they're doing there's a Fortnite version of Epic Games. Epic Games does a lot of stuff. The Fortnite Epic Games that they're doing with Disney, if you have, I imagine at some point they'll be interoperable. Because if Epic Games is doing that, and they're doing that with Disney, it would make sense that 2 metaverses would be interoperable. But then when you have Cavernous, that is also again, building the VeVeverse and is also partnered with Epic Games, helping to build that, all 3 of these things might be interoperable. And I would much rather share, one giant metaverse and be interoperable with these 3 other people that have the same vision as us, as opposed to just being alone on that mountain. So again, that's my opinion for it. You can make your own. Now let's move on to Simple Plan and Avril Lavigne are doing a greatest hits tour. I want to do the one in New York on May 30th. I might go to the one in Cincinnati, Ohio on June 8th. And then maybe Charleston, South Carolina on the 18th of June. But I will be going to one of these shows next year. I might do a giveaway where people can come with me. I don't know. I'll keep you all posted. Friendly Fire, who is this? Stacker is doing an AMA on Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They're going to talk about the roadmap, introduce the team that is dedicated to the wallet development. Special guest Cubu ETH. I have no idea who they are, but Dr. Profit follows them. That is going to be on OMI Space, so that's Friday. Okay, hold on. Stacker Space, 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Crappy starts for. Okay, there we go. Foster Hope might join. VeVe Comics says Inside Look, Marvel's Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 27 on VeVe Comics. New suit, new problems. Black Panther is Spider-Man's only hope. That's really cool. And then VeVe goes in and posts Spider key, like I guess is a key comic, or they think it's a key comic. They want to pass it off as a key comic. Either way, it seems pretty fun. They also have another post about saying, "Hey, what's your favorite one? Pick one, and we'll vote for that winner." I really, really like Omi Juan the Homie, where he's got Punisher over there, he's got Ghost Rider, he's got Moon Knight, he's got Wolverine, got another Punisher over there. They just all look awesome. That was kind of my favorite. I know I've been going live for 50 minutes here, and I haven't had much else. So let's get to the comments. Actually, before we get to the comments, let's do a quick giveaway. Yeah, let's do it like this. If I say one thing like, "Oh, where's that from?" Like I was going to say Encore, Encore, and that was like a Hey Arnold reference, but obviously, one, nobody would get that, and two, there's probably somebody else that had gone on and said Encore, Encore, and they could have been technically right. So I'll give you it'll be a pop culture reference. What show is this from? Maybe if I did the voice, it would be better. Be like, when I'm on TV, you might not recognize me, so I'll do this. And if whoever says where that show is from or what show that's from, I'll give you a little bit of Definity, and then we'll get to the Crappy Bird after. So whoever wants to go and do that, they can. Whoever comments that first, you will get a little bit of Definity. That is my giveaway. I will wait. And until then, let me get back to this message here. Facebook share. Aw, Deaf Doggy loves fireworks because it doesn't. Oh, that's adorable. Adorbs. Okay. Oh, hey, Ray Jocelyn got it. Wild Thornberries. You were right. You were right. So Ray Jocelyn, shoot me a DM with your Definity ad. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that profile picture. Oh, it's beautiful. Anyway, yeah, Ray Jocelyn, shoot me a message with your Definity address on ETH, and then I will go in and send you some Definity. And then after this, we'll go on. Shout out to 250 people that are here. And we will do some Crappy Bird giveaways as well. The amount of Crappy Birds, I'll do a lot of giveaways, but they'll be really small amounts. This one's obviously going to be a little bit of a bigger amount. I guess we'll do this one as well. In the original Pokedex, which Pokemon is number 7? And whoever gets that, you'll get a tiny bit of the Crappy Bird token. So whoever answers that, or whoever I see answers that first, whichever Pokemon is number 7 in the original Pokedex, you will get a tiny bit of Crappy Bird. And I'll write it down. Who else got that? So Ray Jocelyn got the. Hold on. Ray got Definity. And whoever guesses 7, Definity. Whoever guesses whoever has the is number 007 in the original Pokedex, you will get some Crappy Bird. Yeah. Andrew Detox got Squirtle. Yeah. So just shoot me your. So when we go to the Crappy Bird, actually, let me just go get this freaking. I'll give you guys the contract address. And then I'll let you go. Let's go to. I'm good and feeling alright, baby. I'ma have the best heck night of my life, and wherever it takes. So, Andrew, the contract address is down there, and that is what we. Jason, I love you, man. So that's the one that if you, you'll get a little bit of Crappy Bird over there. You'll be able to go over and get that. Just make sure that's the contract address. If you get any, it's on base, so it's super cheap to get. You can buy like $1 worth. I'll go and send you some. Oh God. While I have everyone here, I have everyone right here. Y'all can just smash that like button. Be a free way to help support the channel, not free ways or Patreon and all that jazz. Okay. Anyway, let's go to the comments. Is OMI dead? OMI is absolutely not dead. OMI is one of the things that I buy more kind of whenever I can. I'm kind of waiting a little bit. I recognize that me waiting, even just a month could be detrimental for the potential gains, but I'll wait. Andrew, you're gonna get the Crappy Bird. Crappy, okay. Regardless of breath on a roll the last couple days. Yeah, I mean, I've had there's just been a lot to talk about. What that is, and YG comments assumed a sure thing. Hype girl, there are girl groups. New Jeans is currently trying to exit contracts, business mistreatment, documenting have come light regarding cheat chart award. I have no idea what this is. I don't know what they're. Anyway, yeah, it's just been a lot to talk about. OMI is my homie show tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That'll be fun to do as well. I love streaming with the boys. Hey, man, this is Randy. Get ready. I'll go in Full Metal Jacket on VeVe. Oh, that'd be awesome. I would love that. Full Metal Jacket would be legit. Give me Private Pile. That the amount of shit we could do to him. Vegan things saying meow meow. What up, vegan things? Meow meow meow. Anyway, this app update is the biggest mistake I've seen in crypto. WTF? A lot of people are not happy. I'll say it's growing on me. I was very much right with you there. I'd be like, bro, what is this? So like, there's no way they've tested this. But honestly, it is growing on me. I think I'm just getting used to it more than anything. But yeah, they're continuously working on fixing it. So gotta give them that. They're trying. I saw VeVe trailer today, and it looked insane compared to last cycle's metaverses that got $9 to $10 billion market cap. VeVe is miles better. And with NFTs, we have Imagine Where We Can Go. Yeah, again, 10 billion I think is not easy, but to get to 3 cents, probably relatively easy. Today, I could probably see how we can get to 5 to 10 cents since this cycle. Yeah, agreed. I agree with that as well. Speaking of which, let's take a look at some of the prices we have here on the top 100. Let's take a look-see. Damn, $3.7 trillion market cap for all of crypto. 96,000 over on 96.3 for Bitcoin. 369. Damn, she fine. To me one more time. Sorry. Ethereum 369. I'm coming nice down below the 69. XRP was up to like 280 before, then down to like 230. Now it's up 257. Solana up 6%. BNB up like 18%. Damn, they're going nuts. They're going hard. Let's take a look at some other big stuff. VeChain or VET up 19%. Stacks up 8.7. Oh, and XMR. I have no idea what they are. I have no idea what Monero is, but that's up 18%. Hype from Hyperliquid is up 40%, which is nuts. Remember Angry Beavers? Like, that was nuts. EOS up 25%. Quant up 10%. Maker, MKR up 14%. IOTA up 51%. Jesus, man, in a day. That is nuts. Then we have, let's see what else we got here. Oh, Jasmine. Jasmine's up 25%. Kaya is down 17%. That's a lot. Lido Staked is up 14%. And then you have Virtual Protocols up 35%. And then you have Flow. My main man's only up 5%. But at $1.16, I will take that. I will take that bread. It is number 88. I'm fine with it staying there. Would I like to see it in the top 80? What I would really like to see is not necessarily Flow in the top 80, but I would like to see Flow. It doesn't matter really where they are, as long as the top 100. If you need like $10 billion to get in the top 100, yeah, do that, man. Do that. Flow would be like $6. Let's go. I would really enjoy that. It's like you have to be really careful with your wishes. Like if anyone's ever read what was it, Goosebumps, I forget the name of the story. This one girl gets like a free wish, and the wish, she says like, I wish I was the strongest player on my basketball team. And in the next basketball practice, she just tried like a layup, nothing special. Okay, guess that wish didn't work. But then she sees like her the best person on the team going for the rebound, and she was like, like she wasn't trying. Like her energy was sapped. So she became the strongest on the team, but the strongest on the team didn't mean much when the rest of the people were like done. In that same breath, I don't care what number flow is. I don't care if it's number 5 or number 99. As long as the top 100 has like a $10 billion market cap or more, which they don't right now. It's like 1.5. That's really all I would care about, because if you're in the top 100 and have that, that's my philosophy. That's where I'm going there. So obviously, if Flow can do that, dude, yeah, 5 to 10 cents, I think is very, very possible for me. Pig Baz says, whoever gave the green light to the new app needs to be on chopping block. They might be. They very much might be. Orange Bag Lady, oh my god, I love you. Sorry, love you, OBO. But yeah, they might be. Who knows? We have no idea. VeVe Ben, thank you so much for being a member. Thank gonna be a good week. Let's go. It's gonna be a very good week. It's already a good week. I'm already excited. Chuck and Hank says, let's go. BB Zombie says, yo. Zombie. Cordial Ghost says, good evening, Chavy Cat. Meow, meow. My multiverse Stanley jacket came in and scanned the QR code for the second drop. But the website doesn't seem ready. Were you able to scan your code in the jacket and redeem? I don't have a Stanley jacket, so I don't know. I'm not the right person to ask about that. I'm sure Sanjay got one. I'm sure Rolex got one. I do not have one though. But it says, does leverage trading affect the trading volume? I don't know. I probably should, right? Because if they're leverage trading by like however many X, probably should. But again, I don't know. Alluvium up to $64 hairs, very good, up 5.8%, very good, very good. All right, where was I? Devi's been having a rough couple days, but it's up 9% now, backed up to 38 cents. We're down a hell of a lot before. And then yeah, let's check the OMI again real quick. OMI up to 00034, up 3.5%. Not really much here nor there. Let's take a look at the Definity again once more. 18%. I love that. 4.7 cents. Oh yeah, go Definity. It's your birthday. So that could explain the increased volume for OMI, since you can leverage trade. That's a fair point. That is a fair point. But you still see it though, that it's only a couple 100K on there. So you still see that. Got to represent Hellfire Club. Got to represent the what's that called? Stranger Things. Energy. What's going on, my man? UV Zombie says, me too, Goat Slayer. Cardinal Goat Slayers. Okay, at least I know I'm not alone in this VeVe Zombie. Hopefully it's not for too long. I hope it's not for too long either. Get out of X, get out of there. Yeah, I got that Ecomi, girl. Tell me something, girl. Mass Murder says, what's good? Yeah, what's good, Mass Murders? How's it going, fam? I miss you. Yep. I was salty for a minute, but I'll buy next week. Same. What is your profile picture? Oh, we got Mario, we got Master Chief, we got Sonic, we got Samus, or Zero Suit Samus, we got Snake, you got Link. Who's the girl? Can't tell who the girl is. She's cute though. Pink Bandit says, I massaged I messed with the biggest butter on X today. Even he said I feel sorry for VeVe. He wants to leave something for the garbage man. See, this is what I don't get about fudders. Like, why you still pay attention to the project if like you're out? No. Very, very strange behavior. Vegan Things says, LOL. Pink Bandit says, VeVe OMI should be a top 20 project right now. Check one of the advertising dollars at work. Top 20 would be a lot. I think that let's take a look at what it means to be a top 20 token, right? So top 20 H bar, Hedera. You need to be a 12.6 billion dollar market cap to get that. Now, I think VeVe does that. I think they get well beyond that $12.5 billion market cap. But when they do that, they're not going to be a top 20 coin. When they do that, they might be in the top 100 because everything's going to go wild. So yeah, Mass Murder says, Earth 2, do you have any news? I don't. Still collecting my ether, still turning it into essence, but I just don't have any, like, I don't really talk to the team. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Decat. Gotta love Decat. Okay. Woohoo, Decat. Speaking of which, we'll do another let's do another, what is that called? Oh, Ray Jocelyn, what's your X name? Jocelyn. JOSLYN. Okay, I gotcha. Let me message you first. Say meow. So then Ray Jocelyn, send me your Definity address over on ETH. So DEFX. So I hope you know what that is. Meow, 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 meow. No, for E2 News, I don't have anyone's, unfortunately. Yeah, Wild Thornberries, baby. You know it. Pink Band says, Randy, Stacker is a good step, but if I cannot buy a Spider-Man secret rare, it's useless. I agree. And I think at some point we're able to get that. I don't know when though. That could be a year from now, or it could be in January. Like, we have no idea. One, we don't know when they're going to release that fully. Okay, so Ray Johnson, this is your Definity address on ETH, right? I'm gonna hope. Okay. Copy text message. Where you at? Okay. Just making sure. Definity. Send you a little bit. Ooh, just a little bit. Ooh, what you want? You know I got it. All you need. Oh, a little respect now, just a little bit. Ooh, just a little bit. Ooh. Okay. Confirm. Verified full address. Looks good. Damn, $3 in gas fees. That is, but it's okay. I cover the gas fees. And the $25 hairs is sent. Yep, I sent that. That is very good. Oh, speaking of Definity of Earth 2, Shane, I said, congrats to the latest Earth 2 land giveaway winners. Let's go back to, there you go. Oh, you got it. Very good, Rick. Over $3,000 in land on this batch alone, made up of 250 tile properties with guaranteed detected resources. I've given away thousands of dollars worth of Earth 2 land to my followers throughout the year, which can, amongst other things, be used to mine essence, mine resources, set up raids, and stake essence to initiate the upcoming Earth 2 Hordes property-based minigame inside of Earth 2 version 1. It's very easy to enter. Just follow the retweet. So basically, he went on and did that, and then he says, congrats to all the winners, Cartons 108, Saluces OG, Edreezy, and Amalek Tweet. Please make sure to share your Earth 2 profile URL so that we can gift you your 250 tile property prize, which includes at least one detected resource. So shout out to Earth 2 getting that bread. Sorry. Let's move on. Squirtle. Love you guys. Orange Bag Lady says, hey, OBL, I love and I miss you so much. I love and miss you. I hope you're well. X-Force says, love you, Randy. Keep up the great work, my G. Oh, I thank X-Force. X go give it to you. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, let's do another giveaway from Crappy, right? Crappy. We are going to Spoke on shared a post with me. Yeah, that's weird. It just came up. We are going to do a giveaway for, I've done a couple of pop culture things already. But maybe I should I do it with music? All right. Who sings this song? Get your motor running, head out on the highway, you're looking for adventure, and whatever comes our way. Who sings that song? Whoever sings that will get a little bit. Read one, just note sent to your DM. Well, thank you so much. I think Yeah, I legit I just read this like right before you sent it. Oh wait, no, I did not read that. Oh, Jay Z got it. Steppenwolf, you are the winner. Okay, yeah. So Steppenwolf, you and Andrew are going to get a little bit of crappy. Oh, I'm going to put Jay Z. Are you really Jay Z? Encore. Do you want more? So these are very. It's so close, so close, Jason. He's always number two. Who does number two work for? Okay. And you guys are going to get very small amounts of crappy, but you will get them. Oh, hey, actually, Dastardly Deeds, Dirty Dan, doing giveaways. Right meow. 2 winners so far. Okay. All right, so I'm going to read this Earth 2 thing from Shane saying, as I've noted a few times, we will be advancing the ecosystem next year amongst our plans to release Earth 2 version 1. I expect this to include the Weaver, which will generate raw materials and some factories to start building blocks. And I'd love for this to happen inside of Earth 2 version. After the Weaver and some factories, my next goal is to allow ecosystem players to manufacture transportation, ships, and vehicles for logistics to trade and resource movement can begin. Oh, yeah. Building placement will start on generally flat land, like in the real world, not building on cliffs or steep mountains, etc. We have to we have to start somewhere, and I'd prefer to allow players with generally flat terrain to start placing buildings than to delay and solve technicalities for land on a mountain, for example, where you would expect to build anyway. I'm thinking about players to relocate their property once as well, but this would be a future feature inside of Earth 2 version 1. I've also not forgotten that my plan to allow building on water too, but only once we have finalized the rules for building on water. For example, building on water might start if the tiles are somewhat out in the ocean and not too close to the shoreline. There will be more to come on this. Players are free to do as they please with their essence, of course, but I think there might be a few who realize just how big an advantage they had before they sold the essence. I'm not guaranteeing anything, nor do I know for sure. It's just my opinion when considering the additional utility essence will have over time in the ecosim and other areas, especially considering how long it takes each tile to mine a single essence. We're still going through a cycle of players who acquired essence during a period where it was a lot easier to acquire. And in my opinion, the actual need and utility for both essence and land has not even begun to dawn yet. Absa heckin' lutely. Oh my God, this is so brilliant. Put some eyes over here. And then we'll go over there. Okay. Let's do another Crappy Bird giveaway, shall we? We'll go in the middle of the night to see what's up. Buying pressure. It'll come as stuff keeps rolling. All right. So let's do another Crappy Bird giveaway. Let's as I go in and tell everyone. Oh, I gotta press the back button on this. Let's go over some of the stuff on Crappy Bird here, shall we? We are on a liquidity 198,000 liquidity. Volume is 169,000 in volume. For the day, it is only 1 month old, but a $2.72 million market cap that is fully diluted and 1.83 thousand hodlers. We are going to go and smash through that. When? I have no idea. I'll keep you posted. But yeah, let's do one more here. We've done 2 already. We'll do another one. I just need to figure out. Well, I did Steppenwolf. I did enter the Affinity. I did the. Should we do Pokemon related? Should we do another game? Should we do? I was gonna do like a Lord of the Rings thing, like who said "back to the pits that spawned you," but that's like a last. We all know what that's gonna be. Uh, I was gonna do a Harry Potter one. Like I've got presents, but like that's too easy. Um, who says this line? Happy Christmas, Harry. And then obviously Harry Potter responds to that. But who says that line? Happy Christmas, Harry. And whoever comments that will get the 3rd variation of Crappy Bird. Waiting on that. My bet on this will be that Jason Pena makes the makes it is the number 2 guess. I'm just going to guess that Jason Pena is going to get it right, but he's going to come in second. So whoever has that line, whoever says it, I'm waiting. It is from the first movie. It is from the first Harry Potter movie. It was not Dobby. He might say something to that effect, but the other one was I could actually play it. Happy Christmas, Harry. It is from the first movie, so obviously it's not going to be. There you go. It was Ron. So Mass Murders, you were going to get the crappy one. Mass Murders gets a crappy giveaway. I know it's going to sound hard. Yeah, see, you got definitely wrong. What could Crappy Bird get to? I mean, it's on base and it's cheaper. So let's just say versus the Cat right now. Now the Cat has a movie and a comic coming out. That's going to be dope. But Crappy Bird might actually be in that. Crappy Bird might actually go in and be in that comic. The second one anyway. And is that gonna get? Holy shit. So if Crappy Bird goes in and they're in the and they're doing a lot of the same things that the Cat has. Now the Cat has a game coming out. Crappy Bird has a game that's already there. It already has utility. And I think that's why it has a little bit higher of a market cap. And you also have Pro the Doge that's in both. I think OMGina, who might be coming on the podcast, she's at least in Crappy Bird or Crappy. I don't know if she's in the Cat. I'm not selling. So I don't have a ton of it. I have like $1,000 worth, maybe less. But I put $1,000 in it, and you know what? I'll see what happens. I'm not in it for a 2x. So at let's say it gets to 5 million market cap like tomorrow, the next day. Again, I'm not in it for a 2x. But if it does a 10x, and suddenly, we're at like a $30 million market cap, and I have $10,000, it's like, okay, now I could peel off, 1 or 2K. I could peel off my initial investment and then just let the rest ride. I feel like there's not a ton of memes on base, but this one that has a little bit of backing, again, I'm gambling on it. I love meme coins. It's fun. Now, is it safer to buy something like Flow? Sure, absolutely. That'll do, 15, 20x. But the potential for these could just go insane. I mean, we've seen it before. Things get to like billion. Like, there's no reason for Brett to be a multi. How many billions is that? Like $2 billion market cap. Let's see here. Let's go take a look at the Brett. Brett's at a $1.9 billion market cap. I do not believe there is any reason for Brett to be that. And Brett will likely go higher. Brett can likely be multiple billions. And I think with all the attention that's going on base right now, I think Crappy Cat or Crappy could be one of those that gets a little bit of traction. But we'll see. We have no idea. Now, where was I? Squirtle. Orange Bag Lady, love and miss you. Joe Bro says like button. Smash that like button. Is that Pelicoin? What's Pelicoin? Tell me about Pelicoin. Smash that. Smash that all on the floor. Smash that. Me some more. Smash. Best performer so far is Pepe. That is why. See, again, this is why meme coins can just go insane. If the best performer is Pepe, again, 10% of the top 100 are meme coins, which is wild to think about, but they are. And retail's not even in yet, guys. It's insane. Mo Collection says, yo, what up? Shannon, good tweet. You should read. I did. Thank you for the super chat. Gotta love that. Okay, I will send you this video so you can watch it while you're awake. Share, copy. Let me give this to him. I'll give this to my boy. Be advised, it's already 80 minutes. Will go longer. 300 people here, though. So that's nice. Anyway. Yeah, Stephen Wolf. Doing, doing. And then him, so the original. Yeah, 100%. Mass Murders. Walrus King says, happy days. Monday, Tuesday, happy days. Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, happy days. Just okay. Meow. Yep, we got all this. Poba G, what's going on? Did you finish your live stream that was going on for like ever? Let me look up Poba G here, and it's everything just saying PUBG. So let me go back to my history. I know I had you in there yesterday. You are still, dude, Poba G. Oh, hey, there's me. Poba G's watching me 96 hours, which is absolutely bananas. People saying like take a nap, shaving your okay, dude. So Poba G has something where if Bitcoin is below $100,000 by 11:59 on Saturday p.m. Eastern Standard Time, he will shave his head. So he wants to stream until Bitcoin is 100,000. And this dude, this mad lad, is about to go in and about to shave his head on Saturday. Do you know what it would take for me to shave my head? $10,000 at least. Maybe not. I don't know. 10,000. Maybe I'd shave it for less. Who knows? But yeah, I would totally do that. But yeah, Definity hit and see. Here's the thing, Poba. I wouldn't consider that a huge pump. Hang on, let me X out of this. What I would consider a huge pump. Let's see where it's at. DEFX. It's at, yes, 17% is nice. And you're at an $8 million market cap fully diluted. And when you're at an $8 million market cap fully diluted, this could 100x be $800 million market cap and not be anywhere near the top 100. It could have. I think that by next year, when you have the top 100 have like 10 billion in market cap and above, this could 1000x and not be anywhere near there. Now, is it going to 1000x? Probably not. But can it 100x fairly easily? I think so. So yeah, the pumps. I will take the 17% that it's on. But yeah. Pink Bands is bullish on Devi, right? Oh, 100% Pink Panther, 100% bullish on Devi. They have so much going for them. They're not, and most of which is public. Most of which is not public. Oh, Doctor of Stuff, digital collecting and talk with Doctor of Stuff. Is that going on right now? Is he on? He is on. Doctor of Stuff be out there. He'd be getting that bread. Be like, I'll say meow. I'll give him a like. Should we do a raid? Should we raid his channel? Should we raid Doctor of Stuff's channel? I think we should. 96. Yeah, he's been going a long time. $30 to shave your head. Unfortunately, that is nowhere near worth it. I would shave my face and everything for 1,000. I wouldn't shave my eyebrows again, not for 1,000, maybe for like 2,000. But I would shave my face over here. I wouldn't even take 1,000. I would take 750 and I'd shave that. Brazilian, name your price. Oh, like a Brazilian bikini? Yeah, 2,000. I'd do the Brazilian. I would go wherever. Yeah, let's all raid Doctor of Stuff. Be like, raid from the Chavez channel. Meow, meow, meow. I said meow. Mo Collection said yo. Let's all continue to raid this man's channel and get his stuff through the roof. Yeah. Let's go and stop here, and let's go over to the Doctor of Stuff's channel and get his stuff on the woot. So everybody, please comment, like, and subscribe. Good, yeah, the eyebrows were legendary. How was it good for the YouTube algorithm? I would say bye to Dashi. I love you. And let's go raid Doctor of Stuff's channel. I'm gonna be on here, and I'm gonna be like, yo, meow, 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 meow. Bye guys, I love you. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the company. Out of the 300 people.